I can't find my way out of this maze. I can't see my path through this music stops the song. Tells the story to me.
Here we are. G'day everyone, how you doing? And I've got people in the chat room. G'day everyone, how you doing? We're entering a new year. We're finishing off the year that we just had. I had an idea for the show if enough people come, because you're supposed to air your grievances out before the new year comes, so we can enter it all nice and light with no burdens and no, chaos. So we might do that at the end of the show. I'm waiting for Polly. Anyone want to join me? You're quite welcome to help me, co-host. What do we got today? We're just going to have a yarn about whatever comes up, because we didn't really do anything. I've got a few things for you though. I've got some beautiful things, and we've got something to laugh at, and I've got a little bit of information on frequency, and what else have we got? And I want to talk about nature, and why are we the only ones that live like we do when all the rest of nature lives different? I want to talk about that later when I get someone to talk about it with it too. Anyway, back to the new year and ending grievances. I hope that you had a really good Christmas, and it was full of love and laughter, and you got some good presents. And between that time and now, I hope you thought about the new year and what's coming. The year that's coming is going to be so different to every other year that we've had. I can feel it in my bones. But so we'll be good. And I want to say hi, Jules. Hi, Joe. Hi, anyone else that's watching. All right. So let me do some stuff here. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing today because I'm by myself. I didn't expect that. Yeah. And I'm not good at talking to myself. But I've got you. So like I said, I hope you've all had a good week. We're facing a new year. We're facing a kind of things going to happen this year that never happened before that in our lifetime, unless you remember your last life. Yeah, so I want to talk about oarfish. Have you ever heard about oarfish? This is the last year or two. There has been sightings of oarfish. Now, these fish live deep, deep, deep in the ocean, and they're the only fish that swim vertically. And they usually only come around when there's earth changes. Okay, I was going to present this a few shows ago, but I wasn't around, so I thought we'd talk about it today. I'll just pull up some pictures of an oarfish. These are like really old kind of fishes. You can find pictures of them in the old biblical books and stuff like that. You know, the old pictures they used to draw. They had them in there. They're very old, so they only come up when the earth changes are going to happen. Hang on, I'm just going to share my screen with you. What the hell? Hang on, just share my screen, and I'll show you a picture of an oarfish. And I haven't got slides. Normally I do slides and I'm real good, but all right. So here's the oarfish. That's a drawing, obviously, the first one. There's one that's been beached. And there's one, the third on the top right. That's one in the water. And that shows you how big they are. No sound. I've got no sound. Oh, you got sound. Oh, you panicked me then, Joe. It's nothing worse than raving on my own and then find out you can't hear me. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, these, you can see how big the fish are. There's the little man there. Hang on, I'll click on that one, see if we can bring it up a bit bigger. There you go. You can see how big they are. So, and there's another picture of the fella's caught one. This is how common they are at the moment. What is that picture of the fella's caught? Here's one. See how that's a really big one. This is what I'm saying. They're huge, huge fish. They're all coming up. There's sightings everywhere, especially in America. So I just wanted to show you that, talking about nature. the oarfish, and Andy sings. G'day, Andy sings. That's a really good name. I can sing too, but I get embarrassed. Oh no, what have I done? Stop pressing things. Oh, we got some giant oarfish. I'll do some reading. The doomsday fish, it's called. Fish of legend. We're supposed to be raising the frequency, and I'm talking about doomsday fish. And you know what I've got to do? I've got to ring my bell. But that's okay. I'll do that at the end of the show. So the doomsday oarfish legend that supposedly foreshadows earthquakes. There you go. A ribbon-like oarfish hovers in the water, so they're like big ribbons. And what else have I got to tell you? They're in mythology, so they've been around for a long, long time. They only come up from the deep every now and again. And I haven't read none of this. The Japanese know about the oarfish. They call it Ryugu no Tisake. I hope I didn't butcher that. Messenger from the sea dragon, from God's place. That's what they call it, from deep underwater. So they do show up all over the world, and they have been, but there's like been concentrated areas where they've been showing up, and people have been fishing them, unfortunately. And they've been washed up in some of the storms that we had. So that's the oarfish. And I wish someone had questions for me, because I'm by myself. All by myself. I got you. All right, so I found that really interesting about the oarfish. And like I said, I wanted to present that shows ago, but it never happened. Look at this one. This one's cool. Look how big he is. They're actually pretty. They're silver. They're actually really silver. Orange. Look, a pinky orange. That's my favourite colour. Pinky orange. There's a good picture. Look how big that one is. See how they swim up and down like that? I think they can detect things better swimming that way. So here we got in here. All right, Polly, we're out there, Polly. Polly has left me. You know, when I'm on my own, it'll be a short show because I talk so fast and move through everything so quickly. I'll try not to. So there's some regular people. That one probably, I hope they didn't fish it, but they might have, they found the carcass. Look. I wonder why they're dying. Like, maybe something's going on down where they live, and that's why they come up, because whatever happens on the surface is detected way deep under the surface before it comes up top, right? Hey, Malia. G'day, Malia. Any of you can jump in with me right now. I left a thing in there. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So I wonder what happens down underneath the deep layers of the earth for them to have come up and for some of them to be dead and washed up on the thing. That's something they don't tell you about. They only tell you that they come out, and they're called the doomsday fish. Okay, how long they come out for before the doomsday thing happens, they don't tell you that either. Isn't that funny how they always leave important information out? They give you all this information, then they leave those few questions out, and they're the ones that you need to know. So there's more to this story. I should have done some reading. The oarfish. Check this picture out. Oh, where is it? I missed it. Hang on. Can I find it again? No, I lost it. There's a pretty good one too. Look how big that is. I wonder, they'd feed you for a while if you could eat them. Hey, if you like fish, check this one out. Looks like a horror movie. The oarfish. The oarfish is coming to get you. And you're swimming in the water like this, and it comes straight up like a shark. Actually, I was watching the other day. I was looking at some old footage of Australia and our beaches, and believe it or not, they actually had a sign on the beach back then that said, beware shark-infested waters. They don't do that anymore because no one will swim there, but that's what they used to have. And they have a net. Hey, look. G'day, Malia. G'day, Donnie. G'day, King. Jump on, Malia. I'll put the thing back in for you just in case. anyone can jump on. Because I don't want to be on my own. All right, there we go. I'm in a singing mood today. G'day, Mike Mon. Thanks for coming, everybody. So we're all talking about oarfish. So oarfish. All right, what else have we got? They're actually quite pretty. Look at that. That one's really pink, eh? Hey, look at this one. It's showing electrical current. I had a feeling they had an electrical current, because I'm thinking if you can detect an earthquake in the water down there, you'd have to have some sort of spidey sensors around here picking up the electricity in the air and the slight changes and everything. And obviously they have. So can you see it here on the body? Bad omen. Change. I always think change is bad. Oh, look, there's some pretty good pictures there. What's this one? Look at their face. They just got a normal fish face. Was that the light shining on them? Or wasn't the light coming out of them? It was the bloody torch. Oh, he's got a big hole in him. Look. Something ate him. Wow, imagine the size of that. When you see the size of him, what ate him. Okay. Anyway, but I do think they've got some sort of electrical testing system inside their body. They don't tell us that either. I'll have to do some more reading on these fellas. So they've been appearing for the last year or two. They're still appearing, and we'll just wait and see what happens. Seems the New Year's coming and everything's going to change. Oh, there's one. That's a pretty one. Look at that. He's swimming that way. They're usually in the real deep water and hang like ribbons. So, yeah, like I said, I wonder what's going on down there to warrant them coming up. And here's an old drawing of one, look. You've got to love these old drawings. I was given a task a few weeks ago. I was given an old drawing back from the 1900 kind of things, and it was an artefact. And I was given the task of replicating this artefact from a drawing. And I did it. I was very proud of myself. I sat there for 3 days with a magnifying glass, going over every inch of that drawing to make sure I had it right. But I love the old drawings. So there you go. There's your oarfish. Yeah, King, I reckon that the fish would taste great. That's what I thought. It'd feed a lot of people, eh? Look at the size of this one here. Gives you an idea. Oh, what have I done? Hang on. Gives you an idea. I'm not a fish. It tastes good on the barbie with some lemon. Hey, good on the barbie with some. I wonder what they eat. Smaller fish, obviously. All right, so there's the oarfish. It's been showing up for a while, so don't panic. It's not like it's going to happen tomorrow or anything. We'll see what happens. I'll do a bit more reading on it too and see if I can find out whether they've got some sort of an electrical system inside them. Here's a nice old picture too. Look at that one. That will detect things, because a lot of sea creatures do. Oh, look, we have someone knocking on the back door. I need a bell. G'day, Jules. Welcome. Thank you for coming to visit me.
Hey.
How was your Christmas?
It was Christmas.
Yeah. I watched a thing yesterday, the difference between American Christmas and Australian Christmas. I was laughing my guts up because the American one, everything was a celebration, and the Aussie one was, did you remember to get the presents? Did you remember to get the tree? And the dad was drunk and he's waking up and he goes, Dad, it's 2:00 in the afternoon and we're going to have Christmas, because it's real hot here. And if you have a drink, you just want to sleep. Yeah, it was Christmas. So, but New Year's coming, and that's even better celebration because you're not under any pressure. So what are you doing for New Year, Jules?
I have no plans.
Oh, no plans.
I will be staying. Well, I will probably, hopefully, be awake when the new year rings in. But beyond that, I'll probably be resting and recuperating.
Ah, cool. So what do you think of the oarfish, Jules?
I didn't see all of your pictures, but I'm not surprised that something that burrows that deep would eventually come to the surface. There's a lot of tectonic plates moving and everything. Volcanoes are erupting. Blah, 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 blah.
Yep. That's how they swim up and down. Yeah, but like I said, these have been around for a while, so don't panic, anyone. It's just part of, and if anyone's noticed and they watched my shows from the beginning or they've known me for a long time, I've always said watch nature and it'll tell you what's going on. And nature is changing, especially in Australia. We've had a lot of animals migrate. So they've migrated south and they've migrated, some of them are migrated from the mountains. So I don't know quite what that means, but they are on the move. And they're still around, which is really important. These things are on the move, so it's a slow process. Nature always takes its time, but it's happening. Yeah, and you can tell by the weather. Everyone I spoke to all over the world has told me the weather's not quite what it was. So we know the weather has completely changed. So, hey, new weather for the new year. Yeah, so the oarfish has been around for a while. And it comes, obviously, like I said, back in the old days, they drew pictures of it. And they were still around. We're still around, so don't panic. Oh, here's a really old picture. Look. Oh, look, that one is so big they thought it was a sea monster.
It's a kraken.
Yeah. Look at the size of it. It got the boat.
Well, I mean, even with modern aquariums, even the freshwater aquatic, I have loaches in my tanks that are unusual. They kind of look like they could be remnants of an oarfish.
Wow. Yeah, they probably are, because nature don't change that much. A fish is a fish, and a monkey's a monkey, and an elephant's an elephant, no matter whether they're big, small, will change a little bit. Yeah, oh, that's an awesome picture, I reckon. So they've been around for a long time. I actually wonder still, do we still have big ones like that? They just haven't come up from the deep ocean, or have we killed most of them?
Well, how would we know? I mean, comparing the oceans to space, we know we've discovered and explored more in space than we have underwater. Even though that logically, I mean, we're closer to the oceans than we are space. It's almost like there could be a reason we're not researching water.
Yeah, you always saw that, Jules.
I mean, if you're following like Edgar Casey and Atlantis and Bermuda, Bimini Road, you don't hear much about that in the news.
No. Hang on, I just got to change this bit.
Marianas Trench, we know that it's deep, but it eventually has a bottom, whereas space is limitless.
True. Well, and we haven't even explored all the ocean. Well, that's what they tell us.
No.
Think vertical. The oarfish swims up and down. He thinks vertical, obviously. Have you noticed that people either think horizontal or vertical? I'm changing the subject, kind of, but I don't care. If you don't know what I mean, I'll explain it. Yeah, you think vertically. So if you think from the sky to the earth, a lot of problems disappear. If you think this way, a lot of problems appear. Just try it out. I'll talk more about that later. I still think there's things in the ocean we haven't discovered. Well, as a populace, we haven't discovered, because you never know what the money people with the technology have found, right? They aren't telling us.
Oh, I agree with you on that.
Yeah. And I know they did find a giant squid, was it? A giant squid? No, the Russians found a giant squid or something. It was that big it horrified them. Oh, that's nice.
They used to be common to the point where people would see them and they eventually thought that they were an extinct species.
Yeah. It just wasn't. I always said that too. There, somewhere deep in the middle of nowhere, these things are still living. Some of them anyway. So So there you go, people. The all fish is it put you in.
I mean, and I kind of think that giant squids and things like that are kind of, maybe could they be similar to how the Loch Ness monster is? I mean, underneath you have all these caves underwater.
Yep.
I mean, they could have always been there. We just don't know.
Yeah.
We haven't explored. We haven't discovered.
Yeah, one of them caves could lead to a whole realm that's been untouched, and every now and again one of them things come out into our, up closer to us, and we think, oh, look at that. I haven't seen them for a long time. Thought they were extinct, but yeah, I get exactly what you're saying. I think that's so true, because the ocean is so vast, so deep. For as tall as we have mountains, there is the same in the ocean, maybe deeper, and we can't go there unless you. Well, the last mob that went there, didn't they get squashed? They made this little thing and they got squashed. Yeah, so the ocean is still a mystery. Who would ever think in the year 2024, about to be 2025, the ocean is still a mystery, but we've done all this other stuff.
Yeah, I kind of think they purposely leave the ocean a mystery.
Hey, I find that out of the blue. We've done all this other stuff, but the ocean's still a mystery.
I mean, part of me thinks that they keep the ocean a mystery is there are too many things that come about from the water. I mean, there is the whole theory of evolution that came from the water. The Dogon tribe came from water. I mean, I think there's reason why that's not addressed. I think it's intentional.
Oh yeah, I could put the fire up. And I haven't had the fire up for ages. It's probably because it's summertime. It is intentional. They only want us to see and know certain stuff. But that's not working anymore.
Yeah, it's always been, and that's what's going on right now, that for so long they've had it there, they've had control, they presented things, they had their narrative, and that it's not like it was. The world, even though it's only 2024, comparing 2024 to 2023, it's vastly different.
Oh yeah. I'm going to do something I haven't done for a while. I'm going to put the fire up. I usually put it at the end of the show, but you never know what's going to happen in these shows. So up goes the fire. There we go. That's better, eh? That's better. Yes. So you never know. We all have an inkling. Like the anticlimax is when things come out and you're waiting for this new news, thinking that this is what I've been waiting for, something that they've been hiding from us, and then you hear it and it's like, oh, we knew that. It's real disappointing.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yeah, we discussed it and it's like, we knew that was going to happen and we could see the signs.
They always say that like attracts like. And for all of us here over the years, the KBS family, and in chat, I see Malaya and Donnie and Joe's in the chat, and Polly and all those who would possibly join later on. Like always attracts like. And for me, I spent a good chunk of the year kind of working on last year's project, trying to finish the spiritual oddity up. And this part, and I'm finishing it before I start writing again, was all about reflection. Reflection on how we're uniquely different, but how all of us are uniquely the same. So for so long, so many of us have, why am I different? Why am I here? Why is this important? Why is this not? I can't speak for everybody, but from what I've sat back and watched and unearthed and looked into, I think the vast majority of us that congregate around each other, because we're like mind, like spirit, we always find each other. I think we are here as witnesses. I mean, the apocalypse is happening right now. Apocalypse simply just means revealing. So we're seeing the layers peel back. We're seeing the tyranny, the corruption, the global government. We're seeing all this stuff unfold. And it's got a lot of people crazy, running around, uncertain, pulling money out of banks, not know what's going on because their future seems so unsure, it seems so unclear. But I'm sitting back and I'm watching and witnessing everything. And maybe that's the reason why I yeah, I'll come back this lifetime. Maybe that's why I reincarnated, is to simply just be a witness and see everything unfold the way it is. And as a witness, people who have questions, people who are lost, will see that we're steadfast and strong and our light shining, and they are going to come gravitate to us to ask answers to those questions. Why are you like that? What's so different about you? Why do you agree with this? Why do you not agree with that?
Yeah.
Sorry to like totally tailspin out.
No, just if someone asked me all that, I'd be looking at them going, I'm too old for you to ask them questions.
Yeah, I mean, I've been away from YouTube.
Yeah.
I've been away from doing any kind of streams. It's not because I haven't thought about everybody. Every day I think about people like Joe and Kings and everybody, but we're all going through the same, for lack of better words, shit.
Yeah, we are.
There's nothing that I can't bring that you're not witnessing or seeing for yourself. And me and Luna haven't been as chatty as we have been. We've both been busy doing things, but there was a stretch of time that it was what, two months or so, where me and Luna, we thought about each other, but we didn't actually get the opportunity to speak. But when we did, it's like, why were we surprised that everything that's going in my half of the world is literally going on the same side in Luna's half of the world? It's because there's an apocalypse going on. There's a revealing, and we're just witnessing it.
Yeah, that's right. And part of a lot of people just pulled in, didn't speak much, because we had a lot of inside work to do. And like I said, the New Year's come, we're shedding. You need to shed all that stuff that's not yours, that you've collected in your life. Did you know that? That's what we do. And in your personality, and in things that you do, even sometimes why you worked at a certain place, it wasn't even your choice. It was someone thought that'd be a good idea for you, and you got to check, is that what I really wanted? If it's what you really wanted, that's cool, but if it isn't, change it and cut all those dead bits off. So when you enter the new, well, I don't think it's new, because we have cycles, everything repeats itself, but when the cycle comes back around, you're light. You light emotionally, mentally.
Back in November, it was around the 19th of November, Pluto moved into Aquarius. The last time Pluto was in Aquarius was about 250 years ago, around the time of the American Revolution. What a coincidence. That's what's going on now. But what that literally marked, that I haven't heard many people talk about it, that literally marked the age of Aquarius. We are officially in a new cycle. The world is not going to end. It's an apocalypse. It's a revealing. We are here to witness the corruption be gone and justice prevail.
It's a beautiful world. Talking about beautiful things, do you want to check some beautiful things out?
Sure.
Yeah, all right, I've got some beautiful things. We're talking about the world, and you know what, I'm always looking at the beautiful things. A lot of shitty things out there. Acknowledge them, know they're there, but you don't have to live by them. We've got beautiful things. Oh, what am I doing? Hang on. Oh, no. I just got rid of the fire. I'm going to have to put that back on. Beautiful things. Ding. Which Polly was here, because he likes these beautiful things. All right, anyway, here we go. Press the button. Beautiful things. Do you want some music with your beautiful things, Jules?
As long as you're not going to get copywritten or struck down.
No, I got that. I got this kind of music, you know. But hang on, we'll pick something. Oh, it's daydreaming. Daydreaming sounds nice. Okay. All right, let's get some now, if you've got to have a fence, you're going to have a fence. That's the kind of fence you want. Unless you're working the things. No, it's a different kind of fence. No, that's beautiful. I wouldn't be able to pick. I want all of them. It looks like a mat. It even looks like.
It does.
Yeah, a beaded mat, isn't it?
It's like a primitive mosaic.
Oh, imagine in the city with all the steps and everything look like that. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Imagine in your apartment block with steps look like that. I don't even know. I live in a house, but I like my house too.
I wonder how much time it took to paint those.
I think they're mosaics. Someone actually made a mosaic. Oh, they're polyglot sharks. My Celia house. That's my Celia's house. I love it. They look like they're waiting for a job and getting impatient.
They're going to be waiting for a while. They're going to, the migrants have taken their work.
Oh, talk about keeping it together. They look fun. I'd like to go out with them 3 dogs. Oh, that is one. I need one of them for my shoes.
I would need like 2 of those, maybe 3.
Oh, some shoes are all wrong with that all. Oh, that's beautiful. That's wonderful.
That's awesome.
That's so beautiful. You wouldn't want to use it. Don't wreck me sink. The way they used to decorate the woodlands. Nice car.
That panther was purty.
Yeah, there's a word for that. I remember it's like linguistic, but yeah, also. Oh, you don't see things like that here. Close. You can tell what it means. Foxes that like that dark dog. Oh, okay. Have a good day. Oh, let's have one, please. Actually, I will, and I think they might have put it. Oh, and that little tiny, oh, just they make me what that means.
Those are miniatures.
Yeah. I I wonder if that little person actually made it or a big person.
Does make you wonder.
It does. Oh, there we go, people. We'll go backwards and quick flick. There's your beautiful things for the week. And when life gets tough, just remember. And you'll wash all your things away. There we go, get back to what everything's important. So here we're back again.
Back to the fireplace.
We're back. We're back to the fireplace, yep. Hey, so how are we? All right, we're nearly an hour in. And Polly, something unexpected come up. So fitting for the end of the year for unexpected things to arrive. Yeah, so all right, let's get on with it. I've got a few funny things. We'll take a look at a little bit. We'll have a bit of a yarn and then we'll take a look at some funny things. That's what I was going to do. You've been with me for a long time, Jules. And you have been with me for a lot of shows. And do you remember any of them?
Yeah, this is what, our fifth Christmas, New Year's together?
Yeah, we've done
Or
a while.
fifth or sixth. Yeah, and I've enjoyed every moment of the ride.
I actually have files here if I can't find them. Where are my files? And G'day files. Yeah, the show used to be called G'day. It's Saturday, but yeah, I'll change it to Sirius Frequencies because the world was changing. Anyway, I'll go through some of the topics that we hit in some of them old shows that we had fun in. We had fun.
Well, before we do that,
yes.
While it's on my brain, since this is called Sirius Frequencies,
Too serious.
the right things find me. I didn't go out of my way for this. The early animatronics were actually voice controlled.
Oh, true.
They were voice controlled, and how they performed were on magnetic reels with paint, and the technology behind those is just amazing. I mean, what the animatronics we have today, I mean, they were sparked by ones hundreds of years ago. They perfected the French in the 1700s with their automatons, and things just kept progressing and progressing and progressing. But the new technology in 1960s, they were actually voice activated.
Ooh, and you know what? We should look at some of them. I remember one show we did. I showed you a few pictures of jewelry that they had animated. It wasn't jewelry. How do you explain it? I'm going to find a picture of it. They'd make things, and they'd move and stuff before we had robots and things like that. What do they call them? Animatrons.
Yeah, I found a really good documentary on the history of animatronics, and it broke down what a robot is, an animatronic, all an automaton. It was all broken down.
Oh, hang on. I put that in, and I got the movie. There's a movie about evil animatrons. So yeah, what's the difference between a mechanical? Something that's mechanical and an animatron. Yeah, what an animatron.
Well, the early automatons were all mechanical. They were driven by literally just like repeated motion. It would be on a loop, and the same thing would play constantly.
Oh, I have some pictures. Hang on. All right. Here's some pictures.
And then the later ones were actually introduced where hydraulics and pressure became part of the recordings that they would use for the animation. But it was all from the start. The simplest animatronic things now were actually done by voice. It was a frequency. It was a frequency that moved with voice. The frequency of voice gave it an action.
Yeah, right. So here we are. That's an old one. You'll see the robotics in the back there. This is in the old days.
They were the older ones were limited with what they could do, because it was a cam system that had like a disc with grooves, and it only could hold up like 4, 5, 6 lines.
Yeah, right. Listen to you go, Jules.
So I mean, the desire was there, but the technology clearly back in the 1700s did not exist to go further with the automatons.
Yeah. Oh, here's
But
another one.
and this is where it gets concerning for me, and this wasn't even in the documentary that I watched. What's the next phase after the animatronic, the human merging with a machine?
Oh, what are
The
they called?
cyborg.
Yeah, the Borg. The Borg. You will be assimilated. Resistance is futile. No thanks. We're already a perfect machine.
We are a perfect machine. We're a biological. We are a walking computer operated by a sack of cholesterol.
Yep, self-healing, self-replicating, self-maintaining. Like, man, we couldn't get a better bio robot if you tried. I would laugh for that. We look down like another 20, 30, 40, 50 years in the future, and they've made another human just like us. So they did all that just to get what they already were.
Well, that's true, but what's scary is now they're already having trials, human trials for.
Yeah, I know.
For that link.
Some people want to be Borg. That's okay, as long as you leave the rest of us alone. I'll check that one out. So animatronics, automatronics. Nice. They used to make real not pretty jewelry in that. That was automatronic. Like that. I know when we were growing up as kids, I had a lot of wind-up toys. Here's another one. Check this one out. Oh, she plays music.
That's why the wind-up tin toys were so popular. They were simple mechanical toys that had a repetitive action, and they worked. There were no batteries. I mean, even thinking back just modern times when I was a kid. I mean, I'm old, but I'm not ancient. When I was a kid, Luna, when we were kids, the bulk of our toys were mechanical. They were pull string.
Yep.
It seems like every toy that was manufactured in 1990 and beyond was electronic, required a data connection or batteries or some kind of power supply. I mean, I remember back in the day when you had a CNC and you pulled the string out from it and it broke, you were just out of a toy.
Yeah. Oh, that's not what I was expecting. Same basic things. Yeah, we had fun when we were kids. The amount of toys we had that were, I think, $6 Million Man. Donnie put up. Remember the $6 Million Man? He was going.
$6 Million Man. That was a creation of Kenneth Johnson, who created V.
That was funny. Oh, where's my fire gone now? I keep dropping my fire. Hang on. Oh, what was I going to show you? I was going to show you something. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, no, we'll have something funny. I'll just find it. Wait a minute. Polly did give me something really funny. It's an Aussie thing. All right, you're going to love this. What am I doing? Wait a minute. Oh, I was going to go and do a computer course. Could you see me doing a computer course? Hey? everyone would graduate and I'd still be there in
Nah,
the
you're more proficient than you give yourself credit for.
All right.
And I know this because on a daily basis, people walk into my job and it's a simple thing as sending an email, and you'd be surprised how many people can't even do that because they walked in to buy a phone and they were suckered into getting the latest and greatest and have no idea how to use it.
Yeah.
And then they get mad when it's like, I don't know how to use your phone. I'm not an Apple user. It's like you shouldn't have fallen for the fruit.
Yeah. And they walk around. How do I use it? That's me. How do I use it? All right, here's something funny Polly sent me, and it's about one of our Australian zoos. Donnie, you're going to laugh your head off. He sent it to me and he said, "Is this true, Luna?" And I was talking to him while I watched it, and all I did was laugh. It was so friggin' funny, and so I hope you enjoy it. And check this out. Wait a minute, I've just got to get it. Share screen. It's funny. Hang on, I'll give you the whole screen. And then here we're going to start it now. Oh, I know, bloody ad. No. Oh, I'll turn it right up.
And I'm learning today.
Me neither.
Yeah.
How about you, Karen?
Nope.
Okay, no zoos on the couch.
I'm learning that most zoos occasionally go through emergency training in case an animal escapes from their conclave, so to speak. And in Australia, they did this recently at a zoo where they faked an ostrich getting out of their section of the zoo. But it wasn't an ostrich. It was a person dressed up as an ostrich.
I can't.
This is zoo director Liz Bellward. And as you can see, the staff, it's chestnut checkers. The staff are trying to guide the fake ostrich person out of the area they're not supposed to be in and on its escape. Oh, God. There's the fake ostrich. They're failing the test. They're failing the test. All the employees are on probation. This is a big moment. They need to corral the ostrich. Oh, no. Oh, no.
There she goes.
The ostrich is gone. Now,
And the zoo is open.
this was the first time they did this
Right.
with
The zoo was open?
patrons in the
Yes.
zoo. So they had no idea what was going on here. They thought this was a holiday party gone wrong.
I mean,
Okay.
right? Yeah.
I can report the drill was successful and the team safely returned Liz back to her enclosure.
So what do you think of that?
That was too funny. We had at our local zoo here, we had a birth on Christmas Eve. We had a baby hippo.
Oh, yeah.
And all I could think of, I know there's some Christmas song that has hippo in it or something.
So yeah, I laughed my head off. And he's going, "Is this true, or is it a joke?" And I'm thinking, no, that's something we do. It's true. We've got to find fun in everything, you know. Oops, here we go again. We might as well look at something else funny, eh? Hang on, I'll just pull it up while we're having a laugh. Wait a minute. What else have I got for you? Ching. All right, these are mixed up. And I don't know. Yeah, we'll do some funny things. And then he sent me dinosaur trees. Do you know we had dinosaur trees, Jules?
I did not know such exist.
All right, I've got 3 funny things for you to look at, and then we'll have a look at some dinosaur things. Hang on. I know that's. I don't know what I'm doing. Just give me a minute while I try and find the stuff that I actually put for you. All right, so Aussie accent. This was actually for Polly, because he's always trying to speak Australian. And excuse the swearing, but that's what we do. Wait a minute. Share. Oh, what am I doing?
I'll give you a laugh.
Yeah.
I have bad head.
You have bed hair. Oh, look, I can see you.
Yeah. I did all my chores and I napped today and I napped more and I napped more and I did shower, so I just have
thanks,
bad head.
Thanks. Not like we can smell you. All right, here we go.
Pretty sure I probably smell like coffee and strawberry vape.
Probably. Yeah, listening to this as it come through, probably. Oh, yeah. Sorry about the small screen.
Right, we got Warren today. Warren is one of the best in whole Southeast Asian Pacific. Warren, do you have the best Australian accent?
What else you want to know?
Can you just give it a go here?
Oh, all right. What do you bunch of fucking bastards want now? Hey? Always want something for nothing. Yeah, fucking losers.
That's great. All right, you take care, buddy.
So that's what we like. So that's one thing. So that's how we are.
Sounds like proper English to me.
Proper
I
English.
understood every word.
Hang on. I did have something really funny. Where did I follow that? I think this is it. Oh, one more English lesson just for you. This was Polly's English lesson, but he's not here. So he's going to have to go and watch it again. So here's an Australian lesson for you. Mate. Here, mate. Check it out.
Don't say I want to. Say I wanna. Don't say order. Say order. Don't say water. Say water. Don't say daughter. Say daughter. Don't say order. Say order. I want to order a water for my daughter across the border.
So that's how you speak. That's it. It's a terrible navigator. All right, last one, and then we'll have a yarn about something. Dinosaur trees in Australia. We have dinosaur trees, believe it or not. And kale is a dinosaur plant, believe it or not. That's why it's so hard to eat.
I didn't realize it was that hard to eat. I just thought people didn't like it because it's kale.
Because it's like dinosaur food. You got to break it up before you eat it.
I mean, but then again, I mean, what is water but dinosaur pee?
Yeah. From the old days. All right, here we go. Here's a lesson in some of our trees. Get it going. Here we are. Oh, no sound. Damn.
A tree which is 200 million years old. They're literal dinosaur food. But until the last couple of decades, we thought this species had long been extinct. So in a remote rainforest gorge of Australia's Blue Mountains, a very small remnant patch of these prehistoric trees was discovered, but they were on the brink of extinction as severe forest fires threatened to wipe them out. So, to give the Wollemi pines a chance, firefighters were working tirelessly to prevent the fires from reaching the trees. But also, new baby Wollemis have since been grown on from this remnant patch, and they've been planted all over the world. And here in Britain, at the Marks Hall Estate, there is a mini forest of Wollemis growing. They do really well here because we have quite a mild and wet climate. Safeguarding species like this is so crucial to their survival. Australia's dinosaur.
There you go. Oh. So did you know that? Now you knew that. Did you know that?
Good to see that they're thriving.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, what the hell am I doing now? Put the fire back up. Yeah, they grow well there because Australia used to be have more rainforest. We dried out, so it was a lot wetter, so it would grow really good in England. So, all right. That's right. We're going to look at something from some of the old tunes.
Oh, that's right.
So,
Trip down memory lane.
Yeah. So I've got all the slides still. I'm going to go through them, and you say, yeah, we'll look at that one, or someone in the chat room can say, yeah, let's look at that one again. So it goes by alphabetical order because I actually put it in a file system. Yay, me.
See, and look at you. I'm going to take a computer course. You already know what you're doing.
In a backwards way, yeah. So we did Aboriginal monsters and cannibals, African body scars, Alexander the Great, and the others. Remember that one where he went around, Alexander the Great went around killing all them strange other beings that we used to have?
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder now whether they did the same experiments we doing now, and we had all these hybrids. Back then they did the same experiments, and they were all hybrids, and you went around killing them because it was their mistake. Perhaps it could have been that, or they were just natural creatures. Who knows? Yeah, Alexander the Great. Animal flowers. Do you remember that? The flowers that look like people and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anunnaki, Australian flowers, Australian body scars. These are all the shows that we've done. So anyone watching, if you want to go back and look at any of these, it's not marked on the show. You just got to figure it out. I didn't mark the shows and say, hey, this is what's in our show. No, you never know what's going to be in our shows. Australian countryside, Australian funny signs. Remember them? They're funny. Australian Stonehenge. Remember we did a show on Australian Stonehenge?
Yep.
Okay. Bioluminescent animals. Black Mountain, Black Pyramid, the Blemme. Remember the Blemme? They're the ones where their face is on their chest. The Blemme, if I'm saying it right. Bunyips. Carnivorous. I think carnivorous flowers. I've just got F. Yeah, edible flowers, carnivorous flowers. The emerald tablets. Father Crispy. I think that was one of the last shows we did on the last break. Freaky flowers, fruits. Remember we did fruit of the gods and the nectar of the gods?
Yeah, the ambrosia.
Yeah.
And we did the history of coffee.
Yep. Giant food. Giants. Got a few files on giants. Giants' belongings. Oh, Hairy Man and the Dog Man. Remember we did that? Hey, Donnie, remember that show? Hecate and Athena. Remember that, Malia? What else have we got? Gods, intuition, Lion Rock. Remember Lion Rock? So it's a big rock in. I should show people some of
I
that.
mean, we talked about Lion's Rock, but we didn't talk about Lion's Gate.
I never heard of Lion's Gate.
Lion's Gate. It's an actual place. I want to say it's in Jerusalem, but in the occult world, Lion's Rock is a portal that happens on 8/8.
Lion's Gate. I've got to look it up now.
Lion's Gate, and it's popular. There's in America here, there's a film production company that has their film. I mean, their company is called Lion's Gate.
Yep, that's my first thing that came up.
I would like to check out, see what some of those movies pop up.
Says there's a multiple matches for Lion's Gate, including a film studio, a gate in Mycenae.
I see. That's it.
Yeah, and a gate in Jerusalem. There's two gates. All right, let's check that out, shall we? One moment. Lion's Gate. Where do you want to go first? Mycenae. No. Mycenae. All right. See what that happens. There you go. Oh, yeah, check it out. All right, I've got to share the screen. Got to share the screen on the. Sorry, Fire, you're going again. I'll get you back. Share the screen. Share screen. There we go. Bing. And we're back. Check that out. I'll just give you a full view. All right. Oh, Oh, hang on. I feel like I just drove around the block for nothing.
Is it like driving, and then all of a sudden you get to the house and you turn the music down so you can see the house?
Yeah, we just. All right, I got it now. I just sort of press the right button. That's my hand doing what it wants. Ever since I broke my hand last year, it does what it wants sometimes, and it's so annoying. It's like when it broke, it actually took a breath of life of its own. All right, so there we are. Let's check something out. Images. Oh, check that one out. What was that? Why did they take their heads off?
Those gates have been there for a long time, probably thousands of years.
Yeah, right. I'll try and get some literature on it. Hang on. Wow, look at the big rocks. I go around Australia looking for these big rocks, right? Because they shouldn't be. And me and Donnie have actually found them in places. They shouldn't be in Australia. Oh, there are. That gives you an idea of the size. The size. All right. Check it out. That's all right, eh? Maybe I'll find some literature one moment. Oh, if I press that, is it going to change? There it is. I'll just pull up another screen and pull up some information. See what I can find. All right, I can't say it right, but the Lion Gate. All right, the Lion Gate of Mycenae. The Lion Gate marks the entrance to the fortified citadel of Mycenae. I hope I'm saying it right. The entire gate is about 10 feet wide and high, and 2 lions under a triangle are inscribed on a stone above the entrance gate. The lion in the inscription are believed to have had heads of metal, but these were plundered a long time ago. I wonder if they were like an electrical gate because they're old technology. And I wonder the metal heads actually conducted something. Where were we? Inscription are believed to have metal heads, yeah. Further, the lions are depicted as resting their feet on an altar, and they flank the sides of a pillar, which was probably a symbol of power. As you walk through the gates, there is a small compartment within the rock wall inside the gate, which many believe was either a guard's post or meant to keep guard dogs. The Lion Gate has become, over the years, the trademark of the entire archaeological site of Mycenae. In the ancient times, there was a wooden door to shut the entrance. The door opened inwards, and it used to lock with a wooden bar. Wouldn't it make more sense to have 2 lions at the gate instead of 2 dogs or 2 people?
True.
Okay, what else have we got? Actually, I'm not sure.
I mean,
Interesting pictures.
while you're pulling up that, I did find out that the Lionsgate portal, it's a relatively new energetic phenomenon born in recent years. It's a combination of astrology, ancient cosmology, and numerology, all channeling a very specific celestial alignment, climaxing on August 8th.
Ooh. There's the
Lionsgate portal occurs when the fixed star Sirius is once again visible after a period of it being invisible due to the sun's yearly passing by this star. In ancient Egypt, this coincided with the flooding of the Nile. The reason it's called the Lionsgate portal is because it happens during the Leo season, the time of year when the magical vitality of the sun is at an all-time high. Solar energy is vital when it comes to the practice of manifestation. It brings up the creative power of the element of fire.
Ooh. And here's some
interesting because this portal happens around 8/8, and 8 is that never-ending symbol of infinity.
Yep. You check this picture out, you can see where the door was here. There's the door jamb. It would have been connected. And they would have had two beings of any description on each side guarding it. Animal beings or people beings. And there's a map of where it is. Wow, that's really interesting. So it would have had metal heads. It could have been a light. Who knows? Do you remember being there? If not, you don't know. Yeah, there's another. You can just see the edge of the door there.
Yeah.
Yeah, where the door would have been. You really got to look at things for yourself because they'll tell you otherwise. They won't always tell you sometimes. So that was really interesting. Thank you, Jules. Do you want to look at the other one?
Sure.
All right, hang on. What was the other one? What did we have?
I think the other one was in Jerusalem.
Yeah, it was. Let's do this. See if we can do that. Here it is.
I mean, but you're busy searching, but King's brought up an interesting statement. I mean, he asked Luna, did you know that ancient Lion's Gate was taken from an even more ancient ruin and placed there when the wall was built? It was already ancient when they placed it in that wall.
Ooh. I'll put that up for everyone to see. Wow. These things are much older. So I've got this one. This one looks different. Hang on, I'll bring it up. I lost my share thing. Gee, I clicked this button so many times today. Ding. There we go. So that's the new one. It's got lines as well. See the lines there? But not as elaborate as the last one. And it's got more of a corridor door. There's a real old picture. The old ones are better. That was before they take things away from it. It just looks like a castle kind of door thing, hey? It's not as impressive as the other one.
No, the one at Mycenae it's more, for me, it's more appealing.
Yeah. Hang on. Yeah, all right. Found this. It accidentally come up because I pressed the wrong thing. But I thought I'd go with it anyway. Gate is part of an old city, extended walls built in the Ottoman Sultan Suleiman in the Ottoman era. Okay. This is the only open gate in the eastern wall and one of the original gates of the 16th century wall encompassing the old city of Jerusalem. It was known by many name in the past, Gate of the Tribes, Gate of Jehoshaphat, in St. Stephen's Gate. There you go. So it's had a few names. Whoever turns up and names it, it's like that, eh? A bit of time goes past, someone else discovers the same thing and gives it a different name. All right. So at the beginning of the 19th century, they called it the Lion Gate after two pairs of flanking curved lions. They were actually leopards. There you go. On its facade, the symbol of the Melmak Sultan Baybars, who... These words probably sound really good if you got their accent, but they sound terrible in Australian. Okay, some authorities are opinion that the stone leopards were taken from one of the structures built by Baybars and are in secondary use of the facade. There you go. So they moved it around, which you do. We do it in our homes. We put this there and change it around. Not as impressive as the other gate, I must say. It hasn't even got a proper door where the proper door would have been. But there you go. if you like Jerusalem. Okay, no time traveling. All right, so there you go. Let me put my fire back up if I can find it. No, I did it again, didn't I? Yeah. All right, so we come to the time. All right, so where are we at? An hour and 17. So airing our grievances for New Year's Eve. Did you have a big bitch session this year, Jules, in the last week?
I have grievances to air, but they're all very personal. So I'm gonna take the high road and say it's all peachy keen.
Yeah, you can always just go. Remember Mumbles? One of the cartoons, Snidely Whiplash, was it? He had Mumbles, and the dog was always cracky, and he'd go like that. Get all his grievances out in a grumbly mumbly, and you couldn't actually make sense of him. Yeah, same. My grievances are just people need to get where they should be. I suppose we all are. Yeah, just be happy.
Yeah, my grievance is it's as things are unveiled and shown to us, witnesses of this apocalypse that's happening. It's gonna be a struggle. I mean, we're gonna have to take care of ourselves.
Yep.
My only grievance, and it's not a grievance, it's what I wish for my fellow human, for those people in my world, is for them to take care of themselves. Now is the time to start with yourself, take care of yourself, and let your light shine, because others are going to need to see your light. And it's as simple as just one small thing: eat better, drink more water, cut back on coffee, small, simple things like that. That's what I've been wrestling with for the past couple of days of thinking. And it's like, all right, this is what I need to do, but I want to do this because I want to help others the best way that I can. And the best way that I can is to just be myself and take care of myself, to let my light shine for those who are going to get lost in the dark. They're going to need us. And we got to take care of ourselves so they know where to come, so they can find us.
True that. Things are going to change. You also have to have discernment. Because a lot of things. Cool. If I went to another platform like X or something and I had a grievances thing, there'd be thousands of people turn up, and then they wouldn't be saying what we're saying. Oh, you know what? Let's just be happy. That actually tell you everything.
Oh my God. I recently had to get a new phone and I didn't realize that I have two Gmail addresses that I was using. So when I signed up for X, I couldn't remember what one it was. And every time that I would open it up, I got this message: your account is suspended. Blah, blah, blah. You have violated terms of service. Your account is only in read only. And then for a week, it's like, what's wrong with this? And then it dawned on me, oh, we'll check what email you're signed in with. And the person who programmed my phone had Google and everything. So it's like, no, I'm not signing in with this account here or that one there. But luckily, I was able to restore my account.
Cool.
And I have tried, when I couldn't get on X, when my account was suspended, I noticed that Uncle Elon finally gave Grok for free. So that's what I was looking for, an AI program to help create some images.
Oh, I saw that.
I couldn't get on. And then, luckily, it was taken care of. I got to experiment with Grok, and I'm pleased with the images that it gave me.
Cool. Yeah, I was nervous. I've had a few invitations come do this, and I'm like, no, I'm not ready for that yet. AI, yeah, it's coming. I got funny things around AI because if they become sanctioned beings, we're going to have to treat them with respect, and if we don't, we're going to cause a war.
Terminator.
Mm-hmm.
Skynet.
Like
Skynet's already online.
Hey, your toaster's going to rebel because you're keeping slavery. That's what I saw the other day, and I didn't save it. I'll get it for beautiful things. It was an old Victorian toaster, and it actually made a pattern on your toast. It was really cool. You're
That would be awesome to have my burnt toast and black coffee with a design on it.
You can design on your coffee and you can design your toast. One thing before we go anywhere, because we're going to close it up soon, the frequency of sleep, I found out. When we're asleep, we generate a frequency. Hang on, I'll just tell you the statistics. Where are we? So, depending where you are, because you know when you sleep there's different levels. I think it's delta, theta, and alpha. You move into a deeper sleep. So you kind of start off at 1, and then you get to 4, and then you go up to 7. So basically, when you're sleeping, you still generate 7 hertz. So your frequency, I got a feeling they might be low here, but your spirit frequency would be really high because you're not dragging your body behind you.
Dead weight.
Yeah. And it says here the different delta waves, theta waves, alpha waves, and beta waves. So when you get to alpha waves, they can go up to 13 hertz. That's when you first wake up in the morning, and it rises really quick. When you get to beta waves, when you're focusing on tasks or you're outside in the world, walking around doing whatever you do, you can go to 13 to 30, just on average, whether in a good mood or a bad mood. That's just everybody. So we're at 30 hertz. We're humming. Not as good as where we should be. Hey, we should be up on a higher frequency. But basically, yeah, when you're sleeping, it's 1 to 7 hertz. Your frequency. Ding. Just because I wanted you to know.
So on that frequency, do you know when you're in REM or deep sleep if that's a lower hertz or a higher hertz?
A higher as you go in. So you start off like 1, and then you go into your sleep, and you get up to about 7. And I wonder if putting crystals and that around you would affect it, because they got a frequency as well. And I wonder whether when you're in deep sleep, that other frequencies can start to change your frequency. I'd have to do an experiment on that to find out, or you can do an experiment. Okay. You know, back in the 1900s and 1920s, Jules, everybody invented shit and made their own experiments.
There are so many patents that the government has taken over and said this will never be a thing.
Yeah, well, they did that. That's how it ended. It didn't start like that, but that's how it ended. They went round, collected all people's inventions and stuff. And
I mean, it's like the push now for electric vehicles when there were already electric vehicles.
Yeah. Yes.
100 years ago.
And water-powered ones. I
think we're going to get why they wanted to bring them back now is because they can exploit and make money off of batteries.
Yep.
I mean, I'm all for something that's going to better the environment, but not at the detriment of for lack of a better word, enslaving society to it.
Same.
I mean, if it's a gradual change, yes, it has benefits. It will have an impact. But to completely mandate that everything's going to be done by a certain time, it's detrimental. Our infrastructure can't handle it. All the highways, bridges wouldn't be able to support all those batteries. Those batteries weigh a ton. Not to mention when you have to replace the battery, it's $60,000 for a battery. And just my conspiratorial mind, all of the flooding that happened in North Carolina just kind of happens to be sitting on a lithium mine.
Yeah, and you know what happens when lithium hits water? When lithium hits water, I think I just told you a few shows ago. Oh, where's my information? I've got it written down. Yeah, when lithium hits water, it lets off poisonous gases and it changes structure.
Yeah, if the censorship is loosened here on YouTube and I can talk a little bit more freely, I might consider coming back more. But for how I want to speak and what I've got to say,
you need to go over to X.
I need to go elsewhere.
Hey, do you want to see inventions hanging out? We're just talking about inventions and that, and I found a little cartoon, animated clip. They don't say cartoon.
Sure.
Hang on. Can I pull it up? Wait a minute. Oh no, stop. Go back to the beginning. This is funny. Kinda. It's kinda. I found it funny anyway. Hang on. Share this tab. Yep. Put the sound on. Check this out.
Humans have come so far. And to think it all started with me. Hang on, is she serious right now? Just so we're all clear, civilization wouldn't even exist without me. For the last time, Fire, you were harnessed, not invented. You're not even in this club. Look, we all have our place in human history, from the jaunty little trinkets to the catalyst of the Industrial Revolution who facilitated the global trade of goods. And I'll take the spread of
coffee.
Spread of goods any day, but you do you. I mean, if we're talking about who's most responsible for the spread of ideas, I just remember some of yous would have still been science fiction without us material guys, eh? That's a good point. Hello, world. Hi. Can I have a seat at your table? Will you be a net good for humanity? Of course. Humans have come so far, and to think it all started with me.
So what do you think of that? What do you think of that, Jules? It was kind of fun, but creepy.
Yeah.
That's technology. But see how what they said was right. When I saw the end of it, I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, so I think that's what I've got this week.
I mean, AI has already, I hate to say it, but it is on the wave of the future.
Yeah, that's part of the change, what's going to happen.
I mean, even simple things that I do at work. I mean, we've integrated software systems, and it's as simple as in keying in somebody's address that will suggest it. It'll make changes for you. It'll even correct your spelling.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. A lot of people will lose their jobs. Some things will be easier. I mean, it'd be really nice if I had something to cook for me.
I hear you. I mean, but it is. I mean, I'm still kind of forming my opinion of it, but I have seen in real time it break down a 1,500-page document, asking it key points, what's in this, and it broke 1,500 pages down in real time and took like a minute.
Wow. Fair income. So, yeah, things are going to change. Some people will be affected. Some people will be okay. I don't know how I'm going to go with the robots. Everyone knows I don't like technology very much.
I mean, the older I get, I'm okay with a robot taking my job. Easy retirement.
What's going to happen to us, though? I heard this thing. Someone told me they're going to bring this thing in that 70-year-olds, when you turn 70, they're going to help you go to spirit world, you know? And I'm like, hang on a minute. for me and a lot of my friends, we're not far away from that. And there's nothing wrong with us. We're still
Well,
functional.
that spirit world, I mean, that's something big that's in Canada right now.
Oh, I heard about that. It's actually happening.
Yep.
Well,
I mean, in my opinion of that, it has its place, but for the most part, I'm against it, because why would you give those elite people the satisfaction? That's what they want. You're only helping them.
Excuse me. If you're really sick and you don't want to be around, I watch my mum and dad go through that. My dad, he would have chose to go, so he didn't suffer when he was ready to go and had all the strength. But yeah, so in a way it's good, but if you're forced to do it, no, if you're fit and healthy and you're still functioning and you're
If you're 25, 26, 27 and you're feeling that bad when you have your full life ahead of you,
yeah,
I am not for that.
no, I don't know. That's not good. Not good. But all these things are going to come, things we've never had before. Some things are going, things that we want to go, hopefully they'll be gone and never come back. And then other things will come in that we're a bit, because it's like the industrial days. What I'm concerned about, you were right, Jules, when you were talking about keeping centered and keeping your light shining, because a lot of people will be in disarray. And if we look back, because history repeats itself, and if we look back to the 1900s in the industrial area, everyone knows there were a lot of asylums opened at that point, massive. That was probably partly when the industrial era come in. A lot of people couldn't fathom it because they'd been living in a different way for so long, and they lost it. So let's not make the same mistake twice. Because a machine, like back then, people were talking about their autonomous little toys, that they were parts when the machine was coming in. That would be out like the robots spin me out. I can totally understand. You know, that's my battle. How am I going to be when I'm looking at a robot? I kind of am now, but you know, a fully functional one with 2 eyes and 2 arms and 2 hands.
I wouldn't call being human a robot. We are a biological computer.
Yeah, we are. With a spirit battery. A battery that has no bounds.
True.
And, yeah. So that's going to be coming. And we manifest. Remember, everybody, we manifest by our thoughts and feelings. Unfortunately, we have emotions, and they take us in places we don't want to go. But keep yourself back into the center.
Yeah, I mean, and this is where I sometimes struggle, realizing that there is a creator, but also knowing that I am a creator myself. I manifest my reality, and that's a conflict I have, because I shouldn't consider myself a little g or anything like that.
No, we just we make things, right? We're naturally creative. Everyone makes something, whether it's a song on the computer or you put all this stuff, that's still art in a way, you know, it's still creating something. We cook, we create things. Men make things all the time, you know, we're just naturally creative. And we're also spiritually creative naturally as well. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, and I guess, I mean, understanding spirituality and the spirit and what the future is going to bring. I mean, and there is this book that I struggle with. I mean, yes, it's a historic book. The accuracy of it, I sometimes question, but there are events that are happening now that are written in that book. And if there's any truth in that book, the Bible, I mean, now is the time that we're getting ready to enter where people are not going to be able to take change. And I think things are going to unravel so fast that they're just not going to believe it. They're going to be astounded. They're not prepared for it.
Yep.
Mentally is one thing, but being spiritually prepared is something else. And it took me the better part of a few months. I mean, what's in your spirit, in your spiritual armor? What is the main part of your spiritual armor? You know, the hardest part, what I realized, the biggest part of my spiritual armor is truth. We're seeking truth. We want answers. We have questions. That is part of the spiritual armor that we wear.
Yeah, mine's a little different. Actually, I want to put a point. King put a point in there. I noticed the other day they were letting everybody know the big list of people that went to certain parties. And these parties, you know what I'm talking about. Did he or didn't he? They let the list of those people fly all over the media. Now, if we look back last year, the year before, there was another list of people that they wouldn't let us have. And I'm scratching my head going, how come you let these fellas take the fall and you're letting everyone know all about them, but there's people above them that they're keeping secret? So that's what I noticed. Hang on a minute, because I don't trust none of them, unfortunately. I trust the good, honest, average person, Joe Blow, as we call him, you know, old Joe up the road, old mate.
Yeah.
I trust him more, yeah. But definitely be ready spiritually. If you got a belief, hang on to your belief. And don't believe the bullshit that's going on. I started talking about before. Think vertical. So when you think,
first and foremost, believe in yourself.
yeah. When you think vertical, you're connecting to Creator and the Mother, and the energy's going up and down like this. When you think horizontal, you're connecting to all that BS that we're talking about.
It's scattered energy.
Yeah, and you get lost in it, and you think, oh, then you go through all this stuff, and then it's like, oh, hang on a minute, you go to sort yourself out. Next thing you know, you're centered, and your energy's running up and down again the way it should be. They mentally try to trick you out of it, and emotionally try to trick you out of it to get you to think this way. And that's as simple as I've got to pay the bills. That's a horizontal thinking, as opposed to, yeah, we know that, and that's just something that'll happen. Keep thinking this way, from the sky to the earth and back up and down, like your spine. Bring that energy up and down your spine, from your brain to the bottom of your spine, the same thing. You'll feel a lot better. Try it out. You'll feel more connected. Yeah. So why I told you that, I don't know. It came up, and I made a little banner that said, think vertically. Think vertically. Yeah, we're not told that stuff when we're growing up, how to think. They straight away teach you how to think horizontally, you know.
True.
Yeah. Even religion don't really tell you to think vertically, but anyway. So there you go, for the new year, get vertical. Well, that's all I got really. We're like 1 hour and 40 minutes and nearly at the 2 hour mark, but I didn't prepare much. I wasn't looking for new things actually, because it's the end of the year.
And I didn't know that I'd be jumping on with you, so I didn't bring anything.
Who knows? Neither did I. Neither did I. But anyway, whether I'm here by myself and my mates come and jump in and help me out, whether I've got material or not, I'll be showing up anyway. So
Luna, not to put you on the spot, do you have any plans for the coming year?
Only for New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve in Australia is better than Christmas, man. Yeah, I'm having a party.
Cool.
Yeah, look, listen to the noise. Hopefully, that's one thing I did notice, people. I actually had to go out into public and get Christmas presents. All right, I kind of waited and put it off but I went and did it. When I did, I was totally surprised and delighted. People were bumping into each other and they're going, "Oh, excuse me, Merry Christmas." And I'm looking around, I'm thinking, wow, people are actually a lot happier. For the last few years, it's been tough, and I could feel the happiness come back in the air. Where in Australia, New Year's Eve and Christmas, people would be out there bing, bing, bipping their horns and ringing bells and making noise. That went away. Christmas Day, people were driving around in their cars yelling out things like "Merry Christmas, you ugly mugs" and things like that. And I heard that, and I thought, wow, we're getting back to our happiness. This is cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's things have shifted.
Yep.
I mean, Pluto has moved into Aquarius. I mean, it's there for the next 247 years. It's a revolutionary change.
It is. So I'm hoping on New Year's Eve that everybody's beeping, because they beep their car horns and there'll just be noise everywhere. I'm hoping to hear that this year in Australia. So all you Aussies that are watching this, get your noise out for New Year's Eve. Let's raise the frequency so high that, yeah, I've got to watch my language. Let's raise the frequency so high. All the good things come in, yeah. I think we can do it. We deserve a happy time. Hey,
We do.
we deserve a happy time.
We have gone through so much together that it actually feels good knowing that there's a new year coming up, and 5 and 2, if you add them together, 7. 7's a lucky number. 7's good.
Yeah, 7 is a good number. Yep, 777. Yeah, there are some good numbers out there. Don't believe everything they tell you. There are all those things they tell you, and they've used for the bad thing. They were actually all good things once, and they turned them upside down and used them for the wrong thing. And we observed this for a while as it was happening. It was sad, but now we're going back to the other way, and everything will flip back over to the way it should be. Yep, 7-7. Have a 7 new year. Every 7 years is a cycle also, especially for humans, and our emotional and spiritual cycle. It's a time when the number 7 is when you can get rid of all the things you don't need and bring in all the good things that you do, just like this New Year's Eve. And it's getting noisy here, and that's my signal. I think we should get going. Yeah, how you doing there, Jules? Anything else you want to say?
No, not that I can't think of off the top of my head. It's just good catching up with everybody. Good to see Fathead and Donnie and Malaya.
Yep.
And Malia and Joe and Kings. And if I forgot anybody else, my apologies. I kind of had to switch chat when I jumped in, but it was good to see everybody. Hopefully everybody had a good Christmas and has a fantastic new year.
Yep, same. Wishing you a happy new year. And before I go, we've all lost people in the last year, and I want to say love to all those that we've lost, and prayers for all of us that are still here. And stay centered. Love to you on this day. Have a ripping, awesome, bloody new year, and we'll rock it out, Jules. And I'll see you next year, eh?
Yeah.
I'll see you all next year. Actually, before we go, I'll tell you about that. When my dad passed away, we had a special thing. Every New Year's Eve, we'd ring up on the phone, and that's what we'd say to each other. I'll see you next year. Unfortunately, a couple of years ago, he died on New Year's Eve, and I never got to see him the next year. So that's why, to me, I'm making it more important to have a really good year. So that's just something about me. That's what when you don't see me, things like that have been happening, okay? But we're all good. We're all good. So I'm going to rock it out if I can find my music, and I can hit the right button. Where are we? Ding, 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 ding. Where's my rock out music? Here it is. Okay. So, all right, we're right to go. I'm going to rock it out. And thank you very much, Jules, for joining me on this.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And, yep, have a really good new year. I'll talk to you anyway. I'll talk to all my friends.
Yeah, because hopefully we're going to chat and catch up after this stream ends.
Yes, we will if you hang in there. And,
yeah.
If anyone wants to hang in and have a chat to us, jump.
Yeah, drop the link. We're gonna have chat after show chat.
Because it's New Year's. It's the last show of the year, and we're gonna party. All right, hang on. I'm just dropping that in now, if I can do it. Oh, can I do it? No, I can't do it. There it is. All right. So if you want to jump in,
Mike, thank you. It's good to catch up with you. Glad you were here.
yeah, Mike, thanks, Mike. And there was someone, Andy, before. Thank you all for dropping in and joining us for New Year's Eve. Well, it's not New Year's yet, but the last show of the year. Hang on a minute. I've just got to fix a few things up. And we're going to rock it out. And love to you on this day. And happy New Year. All right, let's get rid of us. Put the fire on. And here we go. We'll see you next time. Happy New Year. See you later. Yalu.
Yalu, Happy New Year.
That's better. See you next time. Hopefully, Polly will be with us. And I'm hoping you're there too. Yalu. Happy New Year.